What's up everyone, welcome once again to the channel. It's your boy Luis, and today we're going to be analyzing the final batch, Group 4 of the Presentation of Delegates of Miss Earth 2023. As you guys know, I am currently one of the judges for this particular challenge, and it's been a pleasure getting to know all of the delegates. I do have to submit scores for every single one of them to the organization, which I'm not going to be sharing here. However, I will be sharing with you guys my comments about the contestants as well as some of my personal notes about every single one of the videos. If you enjoy this type of content, if you find some sort of value in it, if it's insightful to you, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And also, let me know in the comment section what do you think about the ladies who's standing out. And last but not least, leave a like on this video. That's how you support me, help me continue growing, and get it recommended to more people. So thank you for being here, and let's start by talking now about the very first delegate on the list on this batch, and that is Miss Australia. Some of my comments here are very simple, but I think very revealing. So I wrote down fresh-faced, likable, and youthful. The delegates, just overall look, I thought it was so refreshing. I thought that she gave me more of a younger vibe, innocent vibe, not overly produced in terms of, like glam and whatnot. She was very natural, but I really enjoyed that. She did mention during her video that she is an ecology student with an art-inclined interest, and she also got to perform at the Sydney Opera House. Wow. How to be you at such a young age, already accomplishing so much. So I thought that Australia is definitely really strong this year, and I cannot wait to see where she's gonna go within the competition, how she's going to blend with everyone else. So let's find out. Now, moving on to Belgium. I am so excited to talk about this candidate because I actually just met her a few days ago at Miss International. And just towards the end, I found out that she was actually going to join Miss Earth as well. And here it is, her video has officially been published. So comments right away, what I wrote down was, what a great video, very comprehensive, and we got to see everything from her story to her motivations and performance. One of the things that are not really required in terms of this particular video, but that it's always appreciated is the performance part of it. We want to see some of your walk, we want to see who are you on stage. So if you have any clips of you doing any type of performance, it's always very insightful for the judges and the audience. As I said, I got to see her in Miss International. She was really good, she's really beautiful. And I thought, no, I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but I did think back then when I met her that she would have been a better fit for Miss Earth. And now, look at us, we are here at Miss Earth. All right, so good luck, Belgium. Let's talk about Miss Bosnia and Herzegovina. Quite literally, I'm gonna be honest, I wrote down in my notes, cute video. The overall background was okay, but I wanted more. I felt at the end of this video that I didn't know yet who she is as a person. I did not have enough of a clear idea of what she stands for. Why is she doing this? What are her motivations? So I thought that this was a missed opportunity. Again, I said this before in other videos, this is just a presentation, okay? So it's not the end of the world. There will be other chances for you to showcase who you are and what you do, but this is a first impression, which is very important. So you have to work even harder to change the audience opinion and perception of you once it has already been established. So I think that let's focus on that. Let's be strategic going forward. But at this particular point, I think that there's some work to do in terms of allowing people to get to know you so that they can support you. All right. Now let's talk about Miss Cameroon. Okay. So I wrote that in my notes that she is a psychology major with humble beginnings who managed to make it and inspire those around her in the process. I always love a good hero story, and one of the things that I connected with, to be honest, with Miss Cameroon is that she came from very humble beginnings, not having a lot, and really through her hard work, the support of her family, and a lot of sacrifices, she was able to make it in life, and now she is a psychology major. That's like a 180 degrees change in life, and I'm sure that now that she's in a better position, she is also able to help her family, to help her communities, and obviously also help the environment and Mother Earth. So super inspiring. She spoke about the hardships that she encountered and how she used them as fuel to excel later in life. So I think that not only about, environmental related advocacies, but this is something that can be inspiring to anyone, even outside of this pageant system. So very good job, Miss Cameroon. Now, let's move on to Dominican Republic, who, by the way, Dominican Republic in pageantry this year, not just in Miss Earth, like in so many different pageant systems, quality, so much quality. And the delegate that is representing Dominican Republic at Miss Earth is definitely no exception. I wrote down beautiful in capitals and eloquent. Great video, and she knows how to please the organization through her advocacy. She was very clear, very strategic, very, make sure to make the pauses at the right time to highlight the things that she wanted to be highlighted. And in that sense, I liked how prepared she was, for this video. It wasn't just one of those situations where you turn on the camera and let me introduce myself. No, there was thought behind this, there was a structure, and there was an objective, which in my opinion was successful and it was accomplished. She did mention that she grew up connected with nature, so she understands firsthand the importance of protecting the environment. Her video talks about how she grew in this locality where it's really close to the ocean, and you could see whales actually in that area. So one of her environmental preoccupations is that she wants to make sure that she preserves that habitat and that she contributes to the betterment, the enhancement of the environment in those areas. So super inspiring. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about Miss Ghana. Her video was actually quite short. I thought, I'm not sure if she used all of the time that was allowed for the video. However, it was still effective. And that's exactly what I wrote down on my notes. I appreciated the story about her pageantry journey as well as the traditional look that she served during the video. She's one of the girls who find a way to, show a little bit of her culture, her heritage through the video, rather than just talking about herself and about who she is. So I thought that was a really, really good mix right there. But yeah, maybe I would have loved to hear a little bit more about her personally. There's still more time, so let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's go, Miss Ghana. For Miss Greece, okay, so Miss Greece, let me just go through the notes. So I thought, okay, the production of the video was okay. So I think it was a good way to present herself. She gave us enough information about everything that is going on. However, I felt like there was a little bit of lack of energy overall in the video. I would have loved for her to seem a little bit more excited, a little bit more implicated. I would have loved to hear a little bit more in terms of advocacy and platform. What are we doing here? What are we gonna do with this crown if you ever are the chosen one? So those things were missing for me during this presentation. As I said earlier, for other contestants, you will have time to do it again, but first impressions matter. Once the first impression is set, you have to really work really hard to change it, So I thought there's some work to do here. And yes, this video, arguably, I think that I didn't learn or find out much about her. So I hope that in upcoming challenges, we'll be able to resolve that, to redeem, so that she can redeem herself. All right, let's move on to Honduras. For this video, I wrote that in my notes, very cute and conversational. It almost felt like a Zoom call with a friend, meaning that there was no crazy production going on in the video. Actually, if you watched it, the contestants was wearing something very casual, no makeup at all, nothing crazy going on with the hairstyling. So I think that she presented herself as she is, natural. Now, for an introduction, it's a risk to take, but that I think that maybe paid off for her, because we got to see her firsthand being her most authentic self. My hope is that going forward for other virtual challenges of the competition or even the activities, we will get to see the other side of her that is a little bit more produced, a little bit more put together, a little bit more glam, so that we can see different facets of who you are as a person and what you bring to the table. But for a start, for beginners, this was actually really good. So I'm not gonna say that I'm not satisfied, because I was satisfied with this particular video. Now let's talk about Miss Mongolia. Beautiful and princess-like. Those were precisely my first comments for this video. I thought that it was very versatile in terms of giving us, different looks, giving us a global perspective of who she is as a person. It's just overall very balanced in terms of showcasing her background. But what I also appreciated is that we didn't just limit ourselves to background and looks, but we also went a little bit into personality. She seems to be very likable, very engaging, and those are things that are important for a title holder. You wanna be a queen that people gravitate towards. So very good job on that level, Miss Mongolia. For Nepal now, let's talk about this video. I thought that it was very, very cinematic and very insightful. I thought that she provided a lot of information in this video that gave me a better understanding of who she is as a person. I thought that the video was quite descriptive rather than factual in a lot of ways. As in there was a lot of use of adjectives. That was, everything was very grand, very, they took it to the next level in terms of description. So I feel like most of the substance of the video was almost compromised just to make it feel more like grander or impactful with the background music and the things that were being said. So just be mindful of that. Miss Nepal, you have the beauty, you have the charisma, you have the personality. So I just hope that, we can focus on that and really not necessarily be concise, but stay on track of the message that we want to transmit, okay? Other than that, the look of the video itself, as I said, very cinematic, so that was a home run for me. Let's just focus now on the actual substance of it. For Miss Poland, who is the next on the list, I thought that she was gorgeous, amazing background with a very, very solid advocacy. Those are precisely my comments. I am not gonna lie, I needed a little bit more energy in terms of her speaking ability, like the way that she presents herself. I needed more conviction. When you think of a title holder in a pageant system such as Miss Earth, more than face or physical value, you really need to bring charisma, and you need to be eloquent, and you need to be able to command an audience. You're talking about the environment, about serious issues, and you want to make sure that people are receiving that information and not only, understanding, but also incorporating it into their life. So you need to have some sort of leadership skill to nurture. I'm not saying this to criticize. I'm saying this as an opportunity to, prepare those things for the competition. We still have time. Miss Earth is only in December, so this girl could potentially benefit from those things. So Miss Poland, you have everything that it takes. The looks, the personality, the charisma, the advocacy, everything. I just want you to work a little bit on the presentation skills. All right, perfect. Let's move on to Miss Romania. Romania gave us, I would say the best way that I can put this is that she gave us all of the things that we would expect in this video. The background, information about herself, a little bit about the family, her passions, her hobbies. It was okay, but I missed the X factor of the video. When I thought about Miss Romania, I was looking for comments to write down, and I thought that she kind of blended with everyone else rather than standing out. So that will be perhaps my feedback, my focus point for her for upcoming competitions. Find something about you that is unique, something about you that you want to promote, that you want people to know, so that, when the time comes, they will remember you for something specific. A lot of these girls are talking about their family, their background, and all of the things. So this is something that everyone has in common. So there needs to be something, at least one point in the video that sets you apart from everyone else. Okay, so good luck, Miss Romania. We have 3 more candidates to talk about before the end of the series. So Singapore, awesome video, great background. I love her hobbies. So she talked about pole dancing, climbing, and coffee brewing. I love that this is a girl who has I would say, hobbies that are a little bit outside of the box. Most of the time people say, I love movies, I love music, I love going out with my friends, I love going to the restaurant. But she had like really, really different things. And I thought that, as I said, I will remember her because of those things. So she managed to stand out compared to everyone else. She has the looks as well, and definitely a lot of support in Singapore for this type of activities. So I hope that Miss Singapore will be able to stand out amongst all of the ladies when the competition actually starts. One thing is for sure, I will be looking for her in the upcoming virtual challenges that will be posted in the upcoming days and weeks for Miss Earth. Now, the last two countries that I want to talk about are actually powerhouses. The first one is South Africa. Amazing looks, comm skills were just on point. I thought that she was very interesting with her background because she did mention that she is an author and that she has been committed to her community extensively. I think that at such a young age, it's almost like bragging rights if you say like, I'm an author, you know. I published a book, you know, in whatever topic, whatever field. It's something complex. It's a very difficult thing to navigate, and for me, it speaks volumes about the commitment of a contestant. You know, the lengths that they're willing to go in terms of hard work and making sure that a project is realized. And that's precisely the type of resilience that we need in a title holder for Miss Earth. I mean, protecting the environment is not an easy thing. It's a very important thing because it's very timely, but it's also quite challenging sometimes to find the right people who are, you know, in a position of power, and willing to listen as well. So, props to you, Miss South Africa. There were some audio inconsistencies in the video, so in terms of like more technical aspect, let's say. So that was a little bit distracting, but I thought, you know, I still could get the core of the message, but I thought this video would have benefited from subtitles. Keep in mind, as I said earlier, if the audio is ruined or something went wrong, something went unexpected, we understand, but still find a way for us to be able to access the information. Sometimes subtitles go a really long way, all right? Good. And now let's move on to the last contestant on the list, last but not least, of course, and that goes to Venezuela. I thought that Venezuela had a very inspiring story about overcoming challenges and helping her family, something that so many people around the world can relate to. So I think that that already puts her in a situation where a lot of people will feel identified with her story. So likable, you know, that's something that we definitely want. She mentioned that she is in sports, and she managed to win her first championship in sports for Venezuela. So this is a girl who comes from more of a athletic background. I said this before, I think that this gives you a lot of discipline, it gives you a lot of resilience. You're willing to prepare very extensively for these competitions. And I think that, you know, now it's a different way to represent the country, but nonetheless, she's gonna be an ambassador for a second time. In terms of feedback, I thought that she still needs a little bit more work on the rhetoric. In the rhetoric, I mean in the comm skills, to make it a little bit more fluent. I feel like there is a bit of a language barrier, which is not a deal breaker, okay? We just want to make sure that she is very comfortable with the vocabulary that she will have to use during the competition, especially, you know, environmental related topics and stuff like that. So that should be the focus right now. And of course, when there is an opportunity for her to perhaps just speak Spanish and there is a translator, go for that. Those are benefits and advantages that the organizations provide, and they are there for a reason. So take advantage of it when needed. Other than that, I mean, Venezuela is Venezuela. You know what they say, they always bring quality girls, and I'm sure that she will amaze all of us on stage. So there you go, everyone. That was the recap for episode 4 and final of the Miss Earth 2023 presentation of delegates. Let me know in the comment section who is standing out for you and who are you rooting for. And if you enjoyed this video, of course, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video so that it gets recommended to more people. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon because I will be judging another virtual competition for this pageant, but more on that later. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye now.